Hey everyone, before we dive right into the action, I wanted to let you know that I stream these things on Twitch, and if you wanna hang out with me while I'm live, you can follow the channel, will be the first link in the description. Alright, we're getting the white pieces and gonna be trying out another King's Indian attack, and see a d5 setup, and still we're facing like 1500 opponents that develop the knight in front of the c-pawn in a closed game, which is like a pretty big inaccuracy, I would say, but we're just gonna do our thing. Gonna be going for the usual setup, playing with knight e2 and then pushing in the center with e4. And as a rule of thumb, gonna be taking back with a pawn. So when they do this e5 move, it's actually quite an okay line for them. Because, well, they have lost the tempo with e6, e5, but it's still like not an easy path to victory. Like the position is symmetrical and we need to maneuver around. We're gonna do queen e2. Idea to go knight c4. Against that could play king h2 or knight g5. I think both are interesting, but probably this is simplest. Idea to go knight c4 next and win the bishop pair. Yeah, if he takes, it's even like worse, I would say, because this bishop is anyways was a bit passive, so it's giving away like the most active bishop. And on knight a5, could go queen a4, but like queen e2 is generally like the safe square. Expecting c5 maybe, but then could develop the bishop all the way to g5, gaining a tempo. On queen e6, well, maybe he's trying to do something like queen c4 and go for an endgame. So from that perspective, I could play b3, could also do b4. Could also play knight d2. Could do rook e1. Many interesting candidates. Not sure which one I like best. Could just do like... not sure I want to play this. I don't feel like this is such a huge threat, but in the same time, I do feel like it's a huge threat. Not sure like if you ever had that feeling before, but I think we do knight d2. And the idea is to play b4. And once the knight goes back, and maybe bring the pawn to c4. I think that's like a pretty useful maneuver that we can go for. And okay, not easy to play a useful move for my opponent. Maybe he goes c5. That could be it. Stopping b4, but when they do go c5, I think perhaps just rook e1 or even rook d1 would be a move. Like rook e1 with the idea to maneuver knight f1, knight e3, knight d5. After they go like c5, I wanted to say that this square is gonna be pretty weak. So okay, he allows me to go b4. I'm gonna go for it immediately, and I'll have an interesting alternative to go queen c4 and get rid of the queens. Do you guys wanna like see how the endgame plays out without the queens? I think like knight c4 is a bit better, but let's just go for the super technical approach. Just trading queens and trying to squeeze a symmetrical position with the bishop pair. Okay, opponent avoiding the queen trade says, I don't want to see any endgames on the board, but we can just keep grabbing space, maybe b5 ideas. This queen is definitely a bit more passive there, and mine has been activated, and I think fixing is a pretty cool idea. Maybe could try to get the knight around. He's preparing f5. That's not really bothering me because it's gonna open up the bishop. So just do knight b3. Idea to go bishop e3, knight c5. When they do go f5, we can simply take, rook takes, and either play bishop e4 or yeah, thing is might be able to go like g4 and win a piece. I feel like it's weakening my king a bit, so not sure I want to go for that. By the way, in this position, if I was afraid of anything, I could have Played bishop f3, kind of forcing his knight back, but I think knight b3 is principled, and now just bishop e3, developing. Preparing to play this move so that we'll be able to stay back with the bishop and avoid the double pawns. And okay, when the knight will land on c5, he will create a huge threat of winning the b7 pawn. So we see queen f6 stepping away from this diagonal and preparing to meet knight c5 with bishop takes, I would assume. I think we might still go for that though. Bishop pair is pretty juicy in this structure, creating a big threat, so he takes. Recapturing with tempo, and now he might be looking to infiltrate, so I think it's time to go rook a d1. Could also use the other rook, because f2 is protected. If I'm like using the other rook, not sure we gain that much, so I'm gonna do this one. Maybe idea to use the outpost next with rook d5. His knight on h5 is kind of misplaced. And if he trades and plays rook d8, still rook d5 is a bit problematic, I would say. Could also go for like the ultimate squeeze and trade everything, play queen d5. Okay, when queen g6 happens, I think could just do the rook d5 idea. It's not gonna be a good version for him if he takes, and otherwise we just get to double up and put more pressure on the open file. Eventually we might be able to win it. So yeah, just queen f6, trying to stay solid. I'm gonna double up because this is protected, important. You may forget about that, but I'm just threatening to take everything and play queen d5. Just going for the ultimate squeeze. That would be like so nice though if you manage to like trade everything, trade queens, and then get to win with a bishop pair. That would be like fully illustrating the potential of the bishop pair, but I'm afraid we're just gonna get like a pretty easy win after rook d7. But still, maybe not over yet. King g8. We need to like bring this bishop into the action, so if we could teleport the bishop to b3, that would be game over. But there's another, another way to like teleport your pieces. And that's named maneuvering. You could also do queen e2. Try to exploit the h5 knight. I feel like just going bishop f1, queen b3, bishop c4, it's a bit too much time consuming, but might be the way to go. So queen e2. Yeah, I don't really want to play that move. I'll just do bishop f1. Preparing to bring this guy back into the game. And okay. Not easy for my opponent to make any moves. Oh, I think we've got a trick. We've got a pretty nasty trick coming on the next move. Yeah, this changes everything. Watch this. So we take. Only move queen takes, but then the bishop comes over. And we managed to win pretty big. Let's just put it that way. But I think like the position was kind of lost already, so opponent simply resigns, but to show what was about to happen, I wanted this and winning the queen. So previously I think it could have been quite instructive if, let's say, opponent plays waiting move, we trade everything, play queen d5 using the outpost, and if we would have gotten into this endgame, I think would have been like a pretty instructive squeeze just by playing maybe, yeah, like a pretty funny idea could be something like bishop f1. Let's say he does nothing. We go b5, pawn takes, bishop takes. Let's say he brings the king over, and cool idea could be bishop c6, pawn takes, and then we push. and there would be no way to like stop the a pawn. That would have been like a pretty thematic and cool idea to win. But of course, there are like many others, such for example, just going c4, maybe this, maybe just stepping away with b5 or with like c5, c6. Like I would say, textbook play would be something like this: c5, and now bring the bishop to f1, break with c6 somehow, win like pawn on a6, and then this one is strong, but okay. Not really like how I showed it now, but this is definitely terrible in general for black. It just takes a little bit of time to like maneuver around and slowly improve your position, but the bishops are definitely devastating in these positions. I'm like actually curious about the game report there. I think it was like a pretty precise game. I feel like all of my maneuvers were kind of standard and on point. Apparently I did a mistake somewhere. Not sure what was that. On queen f6, computer didn't like my knight c5 move, although it's like second best move. It's a bit better to go for like the concrete b5. I guess you want to combine it with like a6. Oh, never mind. It's just 92 and then you re-maneuver again. That would have been not an easy move. But apparently we play like a brilliant move, so we can clickbait the video with a brilliant move. And brilliant move force resignation, which is like even nicer, so. Okay. We got it to like 1449, which was, yeah, actually almost 1450. Might actually have a wrap here. Thanks a lot for making it this far into the video, and in case you're looking for more episodes from the same series, make sure to click one of the videos that will appear on the screen. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you around on the channel. Take care.